Yo, 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 yo. Okay, I'm just gonna go over what my sort of trade plan and idea was today, and um, just didn't really bloody happen today. Everything seemed a bit muted. I don't know why. It all looked like it was gonna be real popper of a day. I'll fucking show you this Apple one from yesterday. This is annoying. Like I shouldn't have, I held on to the trade too long, but I was really confident in the downside. So let's just have a look at yesterday. This was a really key line for me on the 4 hour. See this coming down, respecting it really nicely. And it broke it yesterday, and you can see it's piercing, but really nice solid rejection at this 175 mark, which is pretty important. Over that 20, I was basically out. I got out, I think I was around 176.50. And you get a bloody news article today, which it's okay. It wouldn't have been technical had I won this trade. It would have been luck. So I don't really care. But it's annoying because I had $4,000 in the trade, $2,000 for next week, 2 for this week. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll exit this. I'd get back in short around the 180. As you can see, it got pretty fucking close. This article comes out today. My calls were 174. I got into them around 175. So at 174, I was well in profit. And we're at 171. So it was about, I think it was about 2, maybe a little bit more than that in losses. Just I just held on too long. I should have stopped out. Probably there-ish. The one. Yeah, man. It just, I don't know what it is. It ain't working for me right now. Well, see, I don't know that that's fair to say because I don't disagree with my approach on this one. It just didn't turn out my way. I was actually getting in around here, sorry. On this rundown, I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, it's going to stay on, it's going to stay on. Oh, is it going to turn back? You got the 20, maybe it'll reject at the 20. Oh, nah. So I got fucked on Apple and 2 others, which were stupid trades. I hadn't done the proper readings for. I think it was Microsoft was one. I was shorting Microsoft, which, I mean, it was meant to be a real short scalp. It didn't go my way. But you'll see the level that I'm talking about. It's just Microsoft was doing this thing where every time it was getting up high, it was boom, smash back down, boom, smash back down. It did it the other day. It got to this 420 and boom, smash back down. Here, smash back down. So I was like, oh, you know what, that 22, we might have a smash back down. And it didn't happen. I got out somewhere around there, but that was shit as well. It's pretty fucking obvious. Look at those wicks. That's a really solid uptrend. Like, that's really solid up. I'm in it long now. I'm probably about even on that at the moment. Maybe very mildly positive, but this has the potential to rocket quite a bit because we're in all-time high territory. So as long as the market has some form of strength in it, I would expect Microsoft to probably get close to having one of those candles to the upside. Should be a good win. Nvidia, I'm in long because you can see this sort of flag pattern that it's done and this nice consolidation over a while. It's been and all this shit is after hours. So let's clear this up. This is quite interesting. When you look at, hold on, I don't even know how to do it. Yeah, regular trading hours. So this is quite nice. When you look at the chart like this, you get to see that the climb up, there really wasn't, this was all a gap, and then that's a gap fill. to that point. Now, it would have been nice if it held, but to continue the uptrend. But this consolidation, very fucking natural. So when you look at this on normal hours outside the opera, you can see this bottom's pretty clear. There's a nice sort of range there, that sort of 8 there-ish, but that angle's quite nice where it's piercing through. Hold on, it's fucked my lines. Go back to the daily. And it's just had this beautiful run up, chop, 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 chop. It's fucked my lines. That's like down there. This was a real breakover. So yeah, the breakout was sort of coming into yesterday and today. So it's if it can get over 925 with a hold, it's still a really nice uptrend on the daily. Like it just filled the gap today. So you can see the last 3 days very, very, very uptrendy. And if this really was a consolidation for a breakout, then hopefully you get one of these candles and man, I want to see 1,000 on this stock. I really want to see it. It was one of my rules with NVIDIA. It was one, don't short it, which I did last week. And I realized once I did it, I was like, fucking, why are you shorting this? Get out. Got out I made like $500 on that trade. And I didn't want to trade this because it just didn't look like it was doing a lot. There wasn't any super solid levels. But you can see when you look at this on the daily, you've got a decent little spot in here between this 905 and sort of 910, maybe up to sort of 12-ish mark. And it's wicked off that today, which was yesterday's high. Now it's closed red. I'm really not worried about it. Apart from this little resistance here. But I would expect, if it's not tomorrow, in the next 2 to 3 days, so long as this doesn't break up, if it breaks under the 903, we're in a bit of trouble. If it doesn't, in a week's time, I think you'll see all-time highs. Just with that breakover. We got to wait and see, and it's certainly not set in stone, but bro, this is so annoying. I don't know how to fucking do these. Because now I want to see the after hours. Oh, hold on, it's daily. It doesn't show after hours anyway. Wait, let's go back to the 4 hourly. Oh, that's such a nice breakout. That is such a nice breakout. Such a nice breakout. Yeah, really, really pretty. Nice little consolidation. This tick back to it today was fucking breathtaking. I got in a little bit early. So I'm down on the price that it's at now. If it comes back down to this 905, I'm going to buy more. I'm going to double my position because it's a very clear stop loss. And this is the one that has just been so bloody consistent. So bloody consistent. You've got SPY popping out. It's had a little bit of a trace back today, not a lot. It's still finishing it in a really, really good spot. Let's just have a look at that on the daily. You've got these amazing, amazing highs that are coming in. Brilliant. You want this gap close. Like I would really like that gap close. But again, still a really nice uptrend. And if this can go a bit, if it can go tomorrow, hopefully we get a really nice run tomorrow. The Q's really, really nice. That's actually traced back beautifully. You just want this to pop from that level. If that can pop from that level, that'll be brilliant. If not, pulling back to there is not the worst thing in the world. But I would prefer a pop from where it is right now. Everything's really, really bullish. really, really bullish. So I think going long that and going aggressive makes a lot of sense. Statistically, I mean, it might not work. I think 9 times out of 10 for where we are not right now in the information, those trades should work out. Microsoft as well. It's got this break and close over all-time highs. That should continue, I would hope, quite aggressively because you've had a fairly fucking long consolidation period. You can see this since fucking January. It's nearly 2 months of consolidation. Yeah, it is 2 months of consolidation there. So I would hope we get a $30, $40 move there. Would be really nice over the next sort of week or so. If we could get that, NVIDIA to pop, SMH is the other one that I'm in because this was forming a very similar to NVIDIA pattern. Just need them both to break out. But you can see this really nice little wedge. It didn't have as long as a stem on it, but very, very nice wedge. Breakout was yesterday. I didn't go long yesterday. I was hoping for rejection and continuation of that trend line. Didn't happen. But yeah, everything's bullish. I think you'd be insane to be short at the moment. That's why I'm not super annoyed about that Apple thing as well, because had I won it, it would have been a little bit lucky. Wouldn't have been, skillful. Just a bit of a lucky trade. So, is what it is. They're the ones that I'm looking at. Microsoft, NVIDIA, SMH, my top 3. IWM is another one. If this comes back to that 207 mark, really nice little entry for a long. Still really, really good. But you're probably more looking at that 208 mark now, which is, I mean, really, I sort of wanted that previously. But a break over these 210s would be quite nice for the IWM now. That's sort of what you're hoping for, but you're going to get like this 209 is a bit of resistance now, 209 to 208.50, but that opens good, and then you can sort of manage the trade-off there. They're probably the top watchers, along with both the Qs and the SPYs. They're in good positions to kick on quite strongly. So, yep, all is bullish. Don't be bearish. It's just annoying me that I'm not getting. I haven't had a really solid trading in quite a while, so I'm like just waiting for one. I mean, yesterday was annoying because I closed out 3 quite sized up trades. 2 shouldn't have been sized up, but today was all based on the analysis and the rules. It was bang on. Nothing was violated, so I stayed in the trades, even though I'm down on paper. But I'm still quite pleased with them. Look at this fucking pattern. Boom. That's just, God, doesn't that look beautiful? Isn't that glorious? I mean, it really is. If that's not a break and retest, fuck me, I want to go along that now. I'm like looking at that and I'm like, fuck, I want along that right where it is. Really, really nice. So yeah, there's some very, very good upside opportunities. There's a couple of bigger picture things that don't really make sense, and you would have expected more of a follow through today, which is a little bit odd, just given the move at the end of yesterday. Like, this was explosive. Seems like it's probably just cooled off a little sooner than I would have hoped. But if we get a really nice move tomorrow on all these, then I'm going to be sitting very nicely for the week, which is fucking. So, I mean, have a look at this. From its lows, what are we, 1, 2, 3 days ago? You're going from 850 to where we are now. It's a $60 move. So if we can get, I mean, unlikely we get a $60 move tomorrow. God, if we do, I'll be happy. but you get explosive moves after these consolidation periods. So I'm certainly hoping for some explosion. But I'm holding into next week. Their swing trades won't get out of it. It's just a basic rule until it goes under 903. That's the trade. Microsoft isn't for 26.50 is the cutoff. But both of those look really nice. They're both I'd be happy to swing into next week because the time frames, the longer term time frames all line up for both of those, and for SMH for some really nice potential pop. Now, the one caveat I've got for Nvidia, and you know what, possibly SMH as well. It is fucking SMH as well. Is this engulfing candle? You've got this daily engulfing, and yes, it could well be part of a flag pattern, but you haven't got above that. And so it could be considered, this one probably not as much a bear flag, because you need consolidation sideways or up. Downwards consolidation usually gives you a break up. But you can see Nvidia's a little bit more it broke under. You could see arguments for calling this a bear flag. I think it's probably a little big with that being up there. It's a long way up that fucking candle. And then you've got all these pierces underneath. I don't think it's clean. I think the bull flag argument is cleaner. And given the bullishness overall, but we've got to wait and see. Got to wait and see. I'm very much hoping for some really, really, really nice upside on Nvidia. We haven't had a pop for, it's now a real pop for there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nearly 2 weeks. Nearly 2 weeks. So 2-week consolidation on Nvidia. How often does that fucking happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so you probably call that like a 2-ish week consolidation. And then it just went over $100 in a day. Oh God, give me one of those days. Look at that. From 660 to 820 in 3 days. Oh, that would be so good. But a nice little run like this would be nice too. We'll have to just wait and see. Just wait and see. Yes, it's very much overdone, and these all should crash and die and burn. But I think one of the things that's important is there is just no negative news towards AI at all. Once there is, then I think you've got an opportunity to play the downside. I'm not keen to play the downside until then. I think you need some proper news event. Like you can see around, for example, EVs, you're getting a lot more negative press around electric cars, a lot more negative press around Tesla, Elon Musk, for example, a lot more negative press around even Apple's products. And these things are all now moving reasonably strongly in a downward trajectory against the market. So, Microsoft's getting no bad press. Everyone still loves Bill Gates. Facebook's getting no bad press. You could possibly call that I don't know, it's a little bit harder. It's been a bit of a bitch. I got a very, very small win on Facebook today, but 10% win or something. But yeah, you're just not, there's nothing negative about crypto, Bitcoin at the moment. This is all just having a pop. Fucking topping tail on that one. That's actually pretty big topping tail. But yeah, I don't know. Don't be bullish. Don't be bearish. You're just going to get slammed. Play with the larger trends of the larger markets first, and then find the charts that are likely going to be supported by that. And if you want, wherever your level is, you want to try and get in as close to that level as possible so you can cut and your loss is really small. I think that's important. Otherwise, have fun. Try and make more money than I am currently. It's just not fun for me right now. Fucking just bleeding money. But I actually, it's annoying because I feel like I'm getting better. I'm just not quite getting the results consistently anyways. I think I'm actually making more wins. It's just my losses are big, and they're usually happening on trades that I haven't done the prep for. So I just made it a rule yesterday. I said, if I haven't got written down, it's not in a plan, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I did the meta one today because the pattern was, I'll show you why I did meta. Let's have a look. It was pretty clear stop loss. Like my entry could have been better, but I wasn't disappointed with it. It was just weird that the market just went chop, you know, like I don't know, it didn't really want to work. You've got a really nice uptrend, which is good. So the daily was supporting me. The 4 hourly, I believe, was supporting me. When it decides to load. Come on, guys. Fuck me. All right, there we go. Yeah, so the 4 hour was supporting me in an uptrend, and we just got over this pretty major 505 level. And what I was looking at on the 5 minute, which you'll see at the start of the day, it was actually quite nice. Here, so I was getting in just after these candles. Wick, bang, wick, bang. I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's quite nice. And I liked it because it correlated with this pre-market sort of level there. You can see that was just flattening out, forming a bit of a base. Oh, rejected later on as well. So this became quite an important level. That's why I sort of liked it. You also had this from previous day's high, and you can see it was wicking below, but it was bouncing up and just holding that level. So I got in around the 509 mark. It would have been a lot better to get in 507. I would have done quite well on that trade. And I got out for like, I only put $1,000 into it because that was, if I'm doing them off the cuff, if I'm doing them as scalps, then they have to max. I can put in 1,000. If I'm not doing them as scalps, 3,000 in three stages. But if I'm doing as scalps, enter, boom, exit, get out, take a quick 10% win is completely fine for a scalp. The only one that I'll go more on is Nvidia because it's just been a fucking monster. So that's why I've got like $10,000 in this trade. And if it goes, if we get a nice push, this 25 is a really, really important mark. If it can break this 25 tomorrow or early next week and we get a really, really nice push to the upside, hoping that I can certainly double that money, or if not a little bit more, it would just be well appreciated for sure. So yeah, that, a nice little push on Microsoft, 2 wins on those ones would be really, really nice. So there we go. Yeah, the 903 would be the exit on Nvidia, which it'll be a loss. It'll probably be like as time goes on. I got 950 calls for next week. I just thought it was enough time. If you get another shot, I'll put another $10,000 into Nvidia. It's like my last hurrah if this doesn't work. But again, I'm okay because you've got this really nice technical setup. You've got this beautiful bounce here today. You've had this pre-market rejection right off that level that I've drawn in. Still getting that resistance there, but if it comes back down to this 903, I'd chuck another 10 in. If it breaks under, I'd be out of it pretty quickly. So I'm not really going to lose too much on that 10. But it gives me a real potential to make a very. I'm pretty confident in that trade. Like comfortable being down large amounts because of the setup. Because I think it's a really good setup. So yeah, you just, that's not something I do for any other chart at the moment. But I think Nvidia is the one that I made a rule for myself. You can go hard on this one. This is the one you're allowed to. All right, that's me. That's the day. Hope you guys out there making some money or doing something, enjoying yourself. It's bloody overcast today, so hopefully it's a nicer day tomorrow and make some really, really big green gains. See how we go. All right, catch you lads.